Hello, my friends. This is the video that I made on Alibaba on November 23rd of this year, when the price of this asset was, as you can see right here, at $83.13. And my main assumption at this very point was that we have to see a bounce, and this bounce should unload the entire structure to the downside that was made from the very beginning of October till present day. And the invalidation point of the diagonal that has to be identified in this movement is the bottom of its previous level, as you can see at $79.65. And guys, take a look right here. Let me zoom into 4 hours time frame. Let me show you that we were at this very bottom and we have a decent bounce to the upside that gained about 5.55% to its value, and we didn't break $79.65, as you can see right here. And this means we have a perfect contender to see a bounce to even $100 within next several weeks. But everything I will show you in my technical analysis. And for now, guys, if you want to know more about technical analysis, if you want to enhance your trading skills, feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel and to join my Patreon account. And for now, there is a Black Friday sale. This means for $17.5 a month, you will be able to drastically enhance your trading skills. On top of that, for the first 100 subscribers, I will do a giveaway. I will do a technical analysis based on your request on any asset that you might find. On top of that, guys, and it is the most lucrative offer, for now there is not so many people inside the Discord group. That is why almost 100% of my time will be dedicated to you, and it is pretty much one-on-one training for the value with the discount of $225 a month, but for the fraction of this cost, for just 50 cents a day. So, I think it is quite fair deal.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up.
And let's take a look again at its price action. I have to admit that with this bounce to the upside, we have a decent contender to see the trend continuation. But at the same time, guys, the bearish pressure that is surrounding fundamentally this asset is also quite high. And let me tell you what I'm talking about. First of all, if you type in Google search bar tariffs on China, you can see a lot of news that are not so supportive for the next bull run for Alibaba. I want to show you just a couple of them. Making America great again with tariffs may be bad news for Asia. And this article was published on CNN Business just several hours ago. And let me show you that these companies, these Asian companies, export a lot of goods to the United States, and the main partner of the United States of America is definitely China. In total, they export about $3.38 trillion of goods, but the total number that they export to US is $501.2 billion. And guys, definitely with these tariffs, all of these goods might be extremely expensive for US customers compared to the domestic goods. At the same time, guys, the companies from these countries might lose a lot of its value. And that is why we have to be quite cautious with the medium-term long position, because I have to admit that Donald Trump will be inaugurated at the end of January, on January the 20th, and he promised, let me show you that he promised to implement these tariffs starting on the first day of his second term. And this means we will know much more at the very beginning of the next year, and right after this we will know the medium-term trend for this asset. But on top of that, guys, let's take a look at the numbers itself. China investors, they just another letdown from big tech earnings. And you know that, wait a second, let me quote to this. Just over the past week, the 5 biggest tech firms raised $41 billion in market value, while a gauge of sector stocks listed in Hong Kong has fallen into bear market territory. On Friday, a sell-off in Chinese stocks depended on as concerns over Donald Trump's imminent return mingled with growing frustration over the pace of Beijing's fiscal stimulus rollout. For investors that were looking to a major tech earnings to revive market euphoria, this season now looks like a flop. And definitely for now, there is a lot of uncertainty on the market in regards to the Chinese companies, Chinese stocks. That is why, guys, this movement to the upside quite substantial with the huge volume that potentially showed us that it might be the third wave, the most powerful wave in the motive wave to the upside, was quite big disappointment for all of the investors in Chinese stocks. But guys, let me show you that I'm not the only person who expected to see a bounce to the upside. If you watch my videos for quite some time, you know that at this very range where we were approaching to the golden pocket level, to the range in between 0.65 and 0.618. And by the way, guys, let's continue with the technical analysis. But before we dive deep right here, please subscribe to my channel, hit notification bell and hit the like button. This helps me a lot. So guys, from this point, I told you that we might have a decent bounce to the upside from the golden pocket range. And if it happens, we basically had a more than 75% probability to see this bounce. And in this case, the top of the fifth wave should definitely be much higher, and potentially it might break even $130 and $140 mark with its next leg. But with this breakout below this range, we basically booked about less than 4% of losses, and it prevented us from much bigger losses of about 15%, and this is how technical analysis works. But the trend will be established at the very beginning of next year. That is why, guys, from this point we might see another leg to the downside that will retest potentially 70, let's say 90, let's say 79.6 or $80 mark. But from this point, guys, we have a decent chance to catch a bounce. And how we can do it? First of all, let me show you again the trick that I use quite often. If you type right here 9988, it is Alibaba Group Holdings, but that is listed on Hong Kong Stock Exchange. And here you can see that this company on today's session lost about 2% of its value, and we have quite similar bounce to the upside, and we have the retracement to the downside. Guys, take a look at the volume of this bounce. It is extremely high on Hong Kong Stock Exchange. This means potentially this might be the bottom, and we might benefit out of this. So the movement to the downside leads us to the conclusion, let's switch again to New York Stock Exchange, leads us to the conclusion that on Friday's session we might see this retracement, which will be a decent chance to accumulate your position, accumulate your long position, with the tight stop loss slightly below $82.45, slightly below this previous bottom. And with anticipation to see a bounce, and let's take a look where this bounce might land. If I pull the Fib retracement tool from this top to this local bottom, we have to hit at least $90.82. And in more bullish cases, we might hit even 0.382 Fib level. It is $96.28. From the current price, it might be, wait a second, I will show you, it might be up to 5.3% and 11% of upside potential. But let me show you with this tool. But the downside potential from the current price might also be quite substantial, about 4.82%. But guys, on the Friday session, most likely we will see the movement to the downside that shouldn't break this bottom. And in this case, if you ladder your buys down, it will reduce your downside potential, as you can see, to 2.38%. But it will improve your upside potential for at least 7.6% and 14% to the upside. This means, guys, about 7 to 1 risk to reward ratio of this trade might be quite lucrative, and that is why, if you know how to properly manage your position, how to dollar cost average your entry price, please feel free to use my technical analysis as a part of your due diligence. So, I think that's all information that I want to provide you. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel with notification bell. And see you guys and girls next time. Bye!
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, doing no cap. Only God wants you.